Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Now, if you have been with my channel for a while, you will know that I don't do gossip. I try to elevate my channel to the point where people can think. I don't expect you to come on my channel and leave as intellectually void as you came. When you come on my channel, you must learn something that you can take away and apply it in real life. Yes, I'm not about gossip. This is not a gossip channel. I'm trying to elevate this, as I said, for thinking people, to let people think. And you can take the things you learn from this channel and apply it in real life to make yourself a better person. Because for me, knowledge is power. And I try to see if I can pass on knowledge at all times. However, this particular video is a bit of a kind of gossip, but there are lessons to be learned. And please stay with me. Now, I have a friend. This person had been my friend maybe about 35 years. I know it's over 30 years though. And she has a situation and she put it to me and was asking some questions. And she based those questions to me because she said she's not putting it to anybody, but she's putting it to me because she's in turmoil, one, and because she think I am the fittest person. Because I fight against certain things, I would be the fittest person to can tell her what to do. Alright, the situation she's facing is that she has a son. I won't say how many children she has, it's not just the one. But she has a son and he's heading towards his mid-20s now. He just came back from overseas where he had gone to study as and got his degree. He has, I think, is a master's degree. He has been over there for about 6 years now, and now he's back in Jamaica. There's a big firm in Jamaica that called him and wanted to use him, and they have now employed him, and they are paying him in US dollars. In other words, the boy a big shot, a brains box. He has been back for about 18 months now. And he has since taken up with a girl for about 9 months or around that. The mother not sure, but it's sometime, but less than a year. The mother is having some problem with this young lady that he is with, and there are several reasons for it. Now listen to the reasons. The girl he has taken up with also come from that community. As a matter of fact, his family know the girl's family over time from they were small. So these two young people had known each other years before, but they were not in anything over those years. They just started dating quite a few months back. Now, the problem the mother is having is that this young lady was along with a gunman that come from a depressed community which is in close proximity to where both she and this boy's mother live. In that community, which is walking distance away, there's a lot of gunmen over there, lots of shootings going on, and the men over there go out and rob and police raid that area all the time. So even though the two communities are in close proximity to each other, it's as if they are like 100 miles away. Now, this young lady, before she took up with this young man, with Carlton, because I refer to him as Carlton. And you might remember Carlton, when I say Carlton, I refer to Carlton Banks from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know how him does stupid and go on. Anyway, she was along with this gunman for several years. As a matter of fact, when he committed some crime in his own little depressed community, he ran to St. Catherine. And she moved out of her parents' house and followed him into St. Catherine, where they created more mayhem. At one time, he created some mayhem there in St. Catherine and had to run, and he went to Montego Bay. And she followed him to Montego Bay. And the mother could confirm because she told the mother where she was. Well, not exactly like which road she lived on, but which community she was living in. And the mother strongly suspect that she was with the guy. But how she confirmed it now was when police shot the guy and killed him about 18 months ago. The mother got the word that the criminal was dead, but she was in the house with him. She was in the bed with him at the time when police killed him. Now, after the death of this guy, she returned to her mother's home here in St. Andrew. Since she come home, she started going to church, start dressing different, and start behaving herself, so to speak, quote unquote, behaving herself. Up to that time, the mother had not seen her for nearly 3 years. And when she came back, she was full of tattoo, long fingernail, the false hair and eyelashes and so on. She is going to church, but she hasn't ditched any of those yaga yaga features. Well, the mother realized that, well, I guess the whole community figured that they don't see no man come to her, see her going to any party. They didn't see her going to any dances or anything. And she actually started working in her family business. So everybody thinks that she has changed. Now, when this guy came back, the guy and she started to go out together after a while. Eventually, now they have been, the mother don't want her in the family. The mother just don't want her in the family. But she talked to her son about it, and the boy say he knows her history. But he is saying now that, boy, people change, circumstances can make people change. And maybe she has changed. So, I mean, for the past little while, we see where she has been more or less behaving herself, so maybe she has changed. Oh, sorry, it was about 4 months to 5 months before the guy came back that she actually was involved in the shooting and came back home. I think this should say 4 or 5 months before her son came back to Jamaica. So the mother doesn't encourage him to take her into her house. And she is really, really worried because she just don't want that girl there in her family. But here is what makes it worse, that put the mother now in total turmoil and emotional turmoil and agony. The girl I go look upon him and say she's pregnant. She is now about 4 months going 5 months pregnant. Her gunman died about 6 months before, and now she is pregnant for this lady's son. So even though she was going to church and seemed to have settled down in her family's business, this woman don't trust her. But no matter how she talked to her son say, well, now that she's having my baby, I can't do without, I can't just walk away now, even if I'd wanted to. Well, the mother just wanted somebody to offload on. And she asked me, say, as long as you don't use my name, yes, you can say something about it. Use it as a story for reference to tell people what can happen and how to deal with situation. I'm a friend, and the first thing me ask her, say, hey lady, me call her name, me say, me can tell you if you get some grammar zone for the boy there. Yeah, well, me kind of serious and me kind of just being flippant. But I just had to say that. Because me think that boy needs some weed killer to imbibe some weed killer, honestly. In other words, that's why I tell you, there is such a thing as an educated fool. Having education don't make you have no sense. Don't make you able to reason objectively. Anyway, what I told her is, because of how he just come back and he's a prime husband material, a person like she would try to ensnare him. But I look at her and I say, listen, you see the fact that this young lady lived that kind of a lifestyle for at least 5 years and she was in the thick of things, there is no way even seeing him get shot and killed in front of her is going to make her actually baptize her like Saul and she get hit down on the road to Damascus. Having lived that life for a woman, there is no going back. There is never ever going to be a time when she don't want a gunman in her hole. The only reason why she's with your son is because he is safer for her. It is safer in her life. But she don't want him. She don't want Carlton. Because this girl have what I refer to as a gangster's mole syndrome. If you look at all those American gangsters in the 1920s and 30s, Bonnie and Clyde, you look at John Dillinger and all them boy there, all of them had one or two women will travel with them and will dead for them and they left good man and go take up gunman. Now, I'm not saying that this young lady you will not see certain changes in her life, but those are superficial changes. She's trying to keep herself safe. Under the quiet, she is going to want her gunman same way because that is who she is. As far as I'm concerned, once a krazmite, always a krazmite. I'm not saying there might not be a chance that she has actually been reborn, but that is not a position that a man of his caliber should take. Somebody that runs the risk of dragging him down into the gutter. So basically, she yearns for her former lifestyle, but because she wants safety, she decided to hold on to Carlton. But in reality, she will go up on the side and take a gunman anytime him a get born is with a gunman. As a matter of fact, I'll say this. A DNA test must be done with that child. Because I will say this, and this is the fact. Once a woman there with a gunman, when him dead, she's going to look another gunman. Every single woman who was along with a gunman is going to look another gunman when that gunman dead. And if she have an ordinary little 9 to 5 guy, guess what she gonna do? She's put him up front and then go grind gunman behind the scenes. And chances are this baby she's carrying might not be for Carlton. Carlton is not his real name. We just call him Carlton. I'm urging the mother that when that baby is born, she should pull out all the stops to have a DNA test taken, because chances are she will go back to that same community and go grind one another gunman and then come to Carlton in the evenings. Because of course they are not living together. She still lives at her parents' house and he lives at his mother's house. And she have a car and can drive herself, and she was her parents' vehicle, her family have vehicle, not she own it. But she can go where she want and do what she want to do. And chances are she go back in that same community and go grind who she really want. And probably chances are she's playing a neat little trick. She want to be part of her family's will. And the mother told me that they had promised to cut her out of them will. So it's either she was actually cut out of the will before, or they were planning to cut her out. So when she came back home, she want to get back in the will. And one of the practical things about doing that is to take up Carlton. So I tell the mother, say, listen, force your boy, force him to take a DNA test when the child is born. If you make up some shite and tell him as to who you see her with and what you see her do, or something to create some level of doubt in his mind, any port in a storm create some kind of a doubt in his mind. But press for a DNA, or you lady, he might have him own the money now, but cut him out of your life. The last thing you want to do is to bring that bad DNA into your family. It's a good son you have. You don't want to contaminate his DNA with something from this individual. Hopefully the baby will not be his and him can make a clean break. So that is what you need to force now. If him don't want me tell you again, if him don't want to take the DNA test, remember, make me know where JLA, Jamaica Livestock Association, is on Church Street. You want me to get the grammar zone for me, go for it. She kill herself with laugh. But not there so. No hope not there so. Lego that. Him feel Lego that. Idiot thing that. No, I'm not saying, that it's not a possibility that she has changed, But that is not a risk that him supposed to take and him not to take it. Full stop. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, leave a comment below. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video.